Meet my better half, Benjamin Payne. I'm Rebecca Major. This is our faithful companion and captain, Goliath. And together we are the Major Paynes. Live on a 40-foot Irwin called the Scotch Mist. Here is our tender Dingleberry. We are on an adventure of a lifetime. Watch as we go scuba diving. Explore the most magical places. Soak in some vitamin C while catching waves. Make friends with the locals. Let our chihuahua dictate our grocery shopping. And taste test food while exploring so you don't have to. Hey folks, we have a huge announcement this episode, so you're going to want to stay tuned and find out what that announcement could possibly be. Ben just put our sail up. We are sadly leaving Georgetown today. We liked it here. Ready to do the cranking. Ben just went downstairs to shut off the engine, and we will be completely sailing in a couple moments here. As soon as he hits that button.
We are going to try a little bit of tuna fishing. Got here my International 250 handy dandy rod, caught some pretty big fish on it. And I got my trusty cedar plug. This is the 6-inch version, 7/0 hook on it, 100-pound test on there. Let's see what we get.
I'm not going to film you fishing because this could be hours. Yeah, we're just kind of bobbing up and down right now. Fun. So, Ben, how's the wind?
Fucking miserable.
How much wind were we supposed to have today?
We're supposed to have a great day of sailing today, 10 to 15 knots. Or 15 to 20. We don't got 5.
Well, it's much later in the day, and we are booking it. We were going 7 knots, and now we're going 6.5, and let me give you a view. Not much to see there, just the sail, but we're going feels fast. Where are we, Captain Ben?
Well, we're getting there. We're moving around about 6.5 knots, so making our way. We still got maybe another hour or so to go at this speed anyway, until we drop anchor for the night. But it's a heck of a lot better than it was this afternoon.
So, Ben finally took his rod up, and this is what we caught. A handful of seaweed. But I actually like this kind because it's got these little bubbles that you can pop. I always find them on the beach and I pop them. Good catch, Ben.
Not quite dinner, folks, but you know, it's what we got.
Alright, so we finally made our way to Cat Island. It's the next day. It is 10 in the morning. I don't really know what time. Just making up a time there. And Ben is getting the dinghy ready for a ride to shore so we can check out Cat Island. Goliath's getting ready to go in.
Come here, furry boy. You ready? 1, 2, 3, doggy. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh, doggy. Dinghy adventure, folks.
and you can actually still see it's like the rain. I don't know what to call it. Like the marks from rain the last time it rained. And there's no tire tracks whatsoever, so we think it's basically a road to these 2 abandoned houses with a shipwreck in front of them. So we're gonna check out the shipwreck. It's like pine trees, huh? Look at these. So we just walked by this little house that we thought was abandoned, and next thing you know, Ben's waving at a lady sitting on a couch. But it's weird because there's a sign outside the door of the house that says open, and both of us are like, should we go in? I don't really know. It's very strange.
I think it's mighty odd, to be honest.
Maybe it's a trap.
I think it could be a trap. That's like how they got Hansel and Gretel, right? Stuffed them in a little oven. I don't need to be stuffed in an oven.
Well, as you can see, we finally made it to the shipwreck. What are you seeing there?
Good. Nothing I need, that's for sure.
Ben's checking out an abandoned house.
So much hope. Just to be destroyed by one storm, I'm sure. Let's go and see the rest of this thing.
What do you see in the hole, Ben?
Looks like that's their bathroom right in there.
I'll show you the bathroom, folks. We have a nicer toilet on the Scotch nest, I assure you. Ben's down there.
Back of old dead concrete right there.
Those concrete.
Those were bags and now they're bricks.
Grab.
Holy jeez, that is teeny. I've never seen one that small. You're in for a rude awakening in a second, pal.
We are currently trying to find our way into the house. Is there anything in there?
Yeah, like a bed.
Really?
Yeah, like this is someone's house.
Oh, then maybe we should go away. Are we gonna get in trouble?
Yeah, let's not peek around too much. Look at him
You like the water, sweet boy?
being a little teacup lab right there. You won't eat him. Come on. He don't eat eggs anyway.
Yeah.
Even if you fried them up, unless they're...
Ben just found 2 little eggs. I'm not gonna touch them. I'm just gonna leave them be. It's so crazy. I wonder what kind of eggs these are. If you have any clue, why don't you leave a comment below? Super interested. They're very small and kind of speckled looking. I'm going to show them again. Finger in there so you can see how tiny they are. Alright, so earlier we went to the beach and we checked out a shipwreck and we saw some really cool eggs. And now that we've had lunch and we've had a little nap, we're going to go back and explore the mangroves. And that's where we are now.
That's where the M started. Like you can see the rest of it. But Eddie, buddy, I think I found your number 21 trawl in the Bahamas. Might need to come pick this one up.
We found this Rubbermaid looking dinghy dock, and so we're just gonna walk on it. We don't know how far it's gonna go. Maybe it goes to someone's house and we stop and turn and run around back to the dinghy immediately. We don't know where it leads to. It says there's little fish down here, so we're gonna check it out. Are these things filled with water or air?
These are air.
haven't seen anyone, so we don't know if we're gonna get in trouble or make friends. Okay, so we've reached some sort of tiki hut, maybe a gate. I think this might be where we stop, but we'll keep walking. See anything? Oh, it says keep out.
Keep out, I see keep out.
Okay, it says keep out, so I think we're gonna turn around.
Yeah.
Ran away like cowards because there was a big gate. And now we're back on our dinghy adventure through the mangroves. So we stopped the engine, we hit bottom. It's pretty low over here. There's some turtles swimming around, so maybe if we're lucky and stay still, the turtles will come by. I guess Ben's gonna paddle.
For water from a motor. Let me get into some, what I think is deeper water. See, pull us out of here.
I don't think we're moving. Oh, now we are, but the wrong direction.
Continues. Just drop down.
Oh, is that it right there? I see it.
I think we should name this Turtle Creek.
Yeah, it's a good name for it. There's a lot of turtles. It might be the same two over and over again, but I keep seeing turtles. Turtle straight ahead, but he's so fast.
Keep your eye out. Keep your eye out. It's coming up.
Okay, we shut off the engine. We're being very quiet now. We're gonna sneak up on a shark that we saw and hopefully some turtles. I hope to God we can find these things. We got something to say.
We'll see turtles. There's turtles. I don't know about the little baby shark, but we'll see the turtles.
So it just started raining, which is fun. We are still looking for the shark and the turtles. It's a little bit harder to see now that there's rain droplets on top of the water surface, and the dog is on my butt. So Ben just saw the shark. It went the wrong way, the way that we're not going. So that's a bummer. I mean, it moves really fast, so hopefully it'll just turn around. Getting out of the dinghy, not advised.
It's okay.
Oh, look at the crab. That is cool. This is like a touch tank for adults. There is a crab down there, I swear. He's just not going to show his face. Look how cute he is. He's a good little face. Oh! Mr. Crab back now that he had his debut.
There we go.
That's so cool.
See his little tail?
Look, he's like riding it. It's like a little surfboard. I've seen a crab ride a surfboard like that.
There you go, folks. You've seen it here first.
Oh, where?
That was like 5.
Alright, so we're both out now because we're in about ankle deep water here.
Deserted beach, folks. No one around. No prints on the sand, except for the dogs.
Beautiful this beach is. Look how perfect the ripples are.
Sailing.
Here we have a feral man of the sea.
A feral man of the sea. My God.
Do you want to explain where we're sailing?
All right, folks, we are going north. Unfortunately, we got broke down, and that was that. That was the just ain't gonna work out to go south this year. So we're gonna head it back to Florida, haul the boat out, and come back.
How long are we gonna hold the boat out for?
Until October, just
How
for
many
the
months
summer.
is that? So it's just
Like
the summer.
just for the summer, you know.
Want to explain why we had to spend so much money fixing the engine?
Well, originally when we left, we had a part let go on us, so we bought a new one from this company called Foley Marine. Never ever use them, folks, because they sent me garbage. And
how much was that part?
$2,500 plus shipping and handling. And then we drove up to pick it up, but they still charged us for, I don't know, it was a nightmare. And then when we got it, we put it in, we got the core back to them the same day, and to get the core fee back of $1,200, they nickeled and dimed us. They gave us $100 here, $100 there, $50, you know, it was just terrible business. And then three months later, the part broke. You know, less than 300 hours on it, and it broke.
What happened when you tried to call them and complain?
They didn't let me talk to anyone, really. They hung up on me. They told me that the woman that had originally sold me the part was going to call me back, and that she would be like available around lunchtime. And yeah, they're just a terrible company. Say never use them. But long story short, what they sold us was crap. It's probably rebuilt by some drunk guy in his basement or something. I don't know. We got a garbage part, so we had to
Reorder a new one.
get another one. And to get it here took.
We ordered one from another company.
Yeah, we ordered it from this fantastic company, mind you, Transatlantic Diesel. And to get it sent to us in Georgetown in the Bahamas was just ridiculous. The amount of work it took to get it, the kid that we had to use, because you can't just have anything sent here. You have to have a broker for it. The kid who was the broker just blew it. He spent an extra 9 days smoking weed, basically, not getting our part. And during that 9 days time, our cruising permit had expired. So that was that. We had to get a whole new cruising permit for $500 extra, and it was just a nightmare. So we got to go home. We can't afford to do this.
How much money was the new part, and how much money did it cost for us to have it sent?
Okay, so the new part was about $1,500, but getting it sent here, plus the time, plus the new permit, and all the other stuff, was, you know, close to $1,000. And
I think it was more than that.
It probably was. It was probably over that. It was probably more like $1,500. It's getting late in the year to be heading down through the Caribbean anyway, so we just gotta cut our losses, go home, go back to work for a few months, see what we can come up with, and come back and go from there.
Our trip is not over.
No, we're still gonna do the Bahamas, the rest of the Bahamas a bit. We got another few weeks.
Alright, so what our plan is we are now heading north instead of south, as we originally intended. We are going to head through the Bahamas, and we will bring our boat to Florida, where we will leave it for just the summer, and then Ben and I are going to go do some work over the summer. Ben will work on a fishing boat, and I'm a illustrator, so I'll be selling some of my artwork and doing some other things for money. And then after the summer's over, we will head on back to Florida, And we plan on adding a couple extra little things
It's
to the
kind of
boat.
tough on a relationship when you're broke. Nobody likes it. No one's happy. It's just tough.
There's
So,
no hot dates.
Yeah, I mean, you can't go out to dinner and everybody else you know is having a good time and you're sitting there like, I'm going to go home and make chicken.
Well, at least we're making chicken
Yeah,
and not
but-
like I
Just
don't know,
rice?
Just rice. Sad
Yeah,
rice.
That's all right.
With
But
a fish tail.
fish head soup.
So now that we've dropped that huge bombshell on you, just letting you know that we are totally broke and we have to go home, and we're gonna work our butts off this summer and return to cruising in November. We just hope that everyone who's watching our show hangs in there with us, because we're gonna have a really good season coming up. We're gonna do season 2 when we come back, and there'll be a whole lot more diving and a lot more exploring in the Caribbean. If you want to help us out, I'll put our Venmo link and our Cash App link, and also we have Patreon. And just to let you know, we only have one Patreon member, and let me introduce you to that Patreon member right now. Hold on.
Folks, I'm self-employed. I have to pay myself.
Why are you our Patreon member,
Now,
Ben?
the reasoning for this is pretty simple. Apparently, Patreon doesn't care about you if you don't have a Patreon. So we couldn't even find ourselves when we searched it until I went and volunteered my own services. And now that we do, you can actually go and search Major Paynes Sailing in Patreon, and it comes up. So, please.
I'd like to thank our very first Patreon member.
It's very cool. You're welcome, Rebecca.
He gets
Thank you.
nothing.
I get to drive the boat and pet the dog and, all the other good.
We would treat our second Patreon member much nicer.
You'll probably get postcards from us and shout out and like cool things. So there's that.
So if you can and you want to, please give us a hand. We'd love it and we need it. Thank you so much.